Hi guys, welcome back to Symbolic Logic Part 14. We are taking reference of Symbolic Logic 5th edition, which was written by Irving and Copy from the University of Hawaii. So far we have seen about classical logic. From today we will be studying about symbolic logic. So, as you guys know, in logic we have two types of logic. One is classical logic, which we also call it as Aristotelian logic, and the another one is symbolic or modern logic. So you may have a question like why we are studying about symbolic logic rather than classical logic. So nowadays symbolic logic is a powerful tool for representing and reasoning about logical proposition, and it also has an important application in many fields including mathematics, computer science, philosophy and linguistics. That's why rather than studying classical logic, we are showing more importance to study about symbolic logic. So let's see what is the difference between both the logics. If you take symbolic logic, in symbolic logic, we will be using symbols rather than prose. But in classical logic, we have used prose. But if you take 400 years ago, we have used prose in mathematics. Many logic arguments are still done using prose only, rather than using symbols and more common grammar of something like first order logic. In symbolic logic, we will be studying more complex things like first order logic. In the upcoming sessions, you will be knowing about it. So, these two great bodies proceed in different ways. If we compare the classical logic and symbolic logic, we have found the differences. Like in classical logic, we have studied about proposition and categorical syllogisms, right? So in symbolic logic, we will not be using proposition or syllogisms, but we will be using very different concepts and techniques than classical logic. So, the first topic which we are going to study in symbolic logic is about simple and compound statement. So, what is simple statement? A statement that does not contain any other statement as a component is called simple statement. If you take an example, Charlie is neat. Charlie is neat is a statement, only one statement, which you also called as component. So, it only has one component. A sentence which has only one component is the simple statement. So, what is compound statement on the other hand? A statement that does contain another statement as a component is called compound statement. So, if the statement has two components, if you take an example, Ram is neat and Ram is sweet, this statement has two components. One is Ram is neat and another one is Ram is sweet. So, if we have more than one component, then it belongs to compound statement. Let's see more examples for simple statement and compound statement. In simple statement, the example of simple statement is Charlie is neat, we have seen it. It is raining. It is sunny. The road is wet. The match will be held. These one line statements all belongs to simple statement because it has only one component. On the other hand, if you take the examples of compound statement, we have Ram is neat and Ram is sweet. It is sunny and the match will be held. It is sunny or the road is wet. It is raining and the match will not be held. Ganesh is good at studying but also in sports. These sentences have two components, so they are called as compound statement. But we have to be cautious while using these components in compound statement. Let's take an example. The man who shot Lincoln was an actor. If you see this example has two meanings in it. One is the man who shot Lincoln was an actor. The another meaning which it gives is Lingan was an actor. So we should avoid sentences like this in compound statements, which leads to uh, invalid argument if we use components like this in compound statements. So in the next session, we will be studying more about this compound statements.